If human cloning ever becomes more than science fiction, there's little doubt that Olympians will be near the top of the list. Imagine a pool full of Spitz, or Bolt taking on Bolt. It might seem like fantasy, but I have a surprise for you. You've seen plenty of clones at the Olympics already. In a cunning effort to defeat science, nature gave us identical twins. And what's better than one great athlete? Two identical ones. For example, let's have a look at New Zealand sisters Georgina and Caroline Evers-Swindell. That's Georgina at the back, or front. Whichever one is Caroline, Georgina's the other. They had won gold in Athens 2004 and were hot favourites to retain the title in Beijing. But they would be pushed all the way in the final by German pair Anna-Katrin Thiel and Christiane Huth, who aren't even related, let alone twins. It was the tightest of races, and just like twins, the boats were impossible to separate at the end.
And it looks like Germany has just a slight lead. Don't be fooled by the camera angle. This is desperately close. It's such a small margin. New Zealand are right there with them. You can't tell them apart. This is going to be really tight at the end. They're coming up to the finish. And who's got it? This is going to be so close. It depends on who gets the stroke at the right time. Who is it? They're really tight.
But after an agonising wait, the judges announced that the doppelgangers had done it, which is confusing because although doppelgangers is a German word, it was the New Zealanders who had won. After 2,000 metres, the boats were separated by less than 5 centimetres. But if you think twins are dominant on the water, wait until we get in it. At Barcelona in 1992, both gold and silver in the duet synchronised swimming went to sets of identical twin sisters. You might think that looking identical is probably the biggest challenge in synchronised swimming. But like most Olympic sports, it's a lot harder than it looks. Hold tight, because at some point they actually get in the water, where these dance moves do become a lot more complicated.
You know, wearing these things isn't so bad.
Yeah. Pinches a bit, though.
Competitors have to match each other's movements while holding their breath for incredibly long periods and remaining relatively stationary. But American twins Karen and Sarah Josephson had a habit of making it all look very easy indeed. They were silver medalists at the 1988 Seoul Olympics and hadn't lost a single competition since, making them red-hot favourites. But the Canadians were not to be outdone, and they had their own set of twins, Penny and Victoria Villagos. So it was America versus Canada, twins versus twins, 8 arms, 8 legs, 4 bodies, 2 faces. Who would win? The Josephson sisters went first and delivered a superb display of synchronisation. They blew the judges away, earning a near-perfect total score of 99.600 points. The Canadian pair followed. It was a thing of beauty, but beauty is always fleeting. Their 99.040 was good enough to claim silver and create one of the most bewildering podiums you'll ever see. Believe it or not, pairs of twins had taken gold and silver at the same Olympic event before. The other occasion was in Moscow in 1980. This time the twins were men in the coxless pairs rowing. Defending champions were the Landvoigt twins of East Germany, who had taken gold in Montreal in 1976. Their closest rivals at the Moscow Olympics were Russia's Yuri and Nikolai Pimenov, also twins. The battle was an intense one, but on their home stage, the Pimenovs' efforts were in vain. And the Landvoigt twins won again, continuing a record so remarkable, you have to look twice to believe it. Twins seem to be the official theme of the Moscow Olympics because
It was hard to tell them apart in the Olympic Village. Anatoly is on the left, and Sergei is on the right, unless it's the other way around. But generally speaking, it's not important. Both the twin Beloglazov brothers made the finals in the freestyle wrestling tournament. Anatoly is the older, born a quarter of an hour earlier than Sergei.
luckily for the judges, they never faced off against each other, differing weight categories keeping them from meeting. The Beloglazov brothers won both golds, Sergei in the bantamweight division
It's Anatoly's turn now.
and Anatoly in the flyweight.
For the first time in freestyle wrestling history, twins became Olympic champions. Anatoly and Sergei, Sergei and Anatoly. In general, that isn't important. They are the twin Beloglazov brothers.
Also in Moscow, sisters Sonia Robertson and Sandy Chick played a key part in taking Zimbabwe's field hockey team to Olympic gold too. It's not just Moscow though. It seems twins have a genetic predisposition to winning Olympic medals. So it appears two is better than one when going for Olympic glory.